is wrong with Sam?
Right? Facts. Y'all are messed up out here. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to The Last of Us. We're on season 2, episode 4. Well, the last episode, we started on our mission O Revenge. Ellie woke up from a very serious injury. She recovered physically, but mentally and emotionally, she's still very much fractured and broken. And we see that Jacksonville is still very much recovering from what was a very, very bad attack. There was a vote for having a larger posse go with Ellie to get this revenge, but it was vetoed because of what happened with the zombie horde attack. And so unsurprisingly, Ellie decided to go on her own, but Dina decided to join her. And we see that Seth, of all people, turned out to be an ally in helping them get prepared for this journey. So we saw them head out, and they got all the way to Seattle, and it turns out the WLF are a pretty substantial force. So it's definitely something they're going to have to proceed with caution on. And we also see that we have one out of the group of people that Ellie has got on her list, like Arya Stark, and that is Manny. So we'll have to see whether or not we interact with Maddie in this episode or not. But I'm looking forward to jumping right in and also finding out what happens when Tommy figures out that Ellie has left without anyone's permission. So I'm ready to jump in, so let's do that. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to know when episodes drop, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be in the know. And if you'd like to see some uncut reactions to this particular show and many others, please do think of joining my Patreon right there in the description. Check it out. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
I caught them out here disseminating. And he goes, what? You fucking perverts are out here jerking off and splooging on my street?
Not semination, you... Oh, God.
He goes, well, actually, the word disseminate means...
And he gets popped.
Greenberg's, no one asked you, jizz boy.
Ugh, these basement dwellers. This guy's definitely fake laughing, though.
The citizens, why do you call them voters? Because we took away their rights.
Oh?
Vote, and somebody started calling them voters to mock them.
Let them know.
So now you know.
Not a good thing, this militia. That's what martial law means.
I didn't mean anything by it, Sergeant.
You sure?
You're thoughtless.
Thank you. Call it out. You're an idiot. Well, guess the WLF is waiting for you. You're learning what disseminate means today.
I'm gonna go talk to them. Alone.
With protocol.
Protocol is to obey your commanding officer, period.
He said what he said.
Because you're all Greenberg.
But he's right. You're all just a bunch of arrogant a-holes wanting to show off how powerful you are. You wonder why there are so many revolts. Is this a peaceful protest? The energy's giving no, but I don't see any weapons yet.
You,
Yeah, you who looks innocent.
come with me.
Maybe they'll look at your baby face and not want to hurt you. That was great facial expression. It was like that blinking me, like, me? This is my first day.
You, Isaac?
You hand in hand.
Uh-huh. How do you know that? Is he with the Resistance? That kid might shoot someone on accident. What's going on? That's what I thought. I mean, that's a lot I don't mind seeing go. That's the only reason he saved your ass is because you're not a complete Giga Chad yet. Oh, it's a smoke bomb. I thought it was a grenade. Don't do it, son. Put it down, because you won't survive. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the fight.
Period. Except it looks like the WLF got just as bad, unfortunately, as usual. Look at him like, what you gonna do?
Now make your choice.
Quickly. Very interesting. And again, we see, at least from what we've seen of the WLF so far, it's just like with what happened last season with, was it Chicago? Whatever the one is where, again, that woman's gang took over the city. They did it because, as you can see, a lot of the Fedra soldiers were a-holes, but they ended up being just as bad, if not worse. And so it looks like WLF, for all of this, turned around and did exactly what their oppressors did. So sad. Years later. Oh, right. I forgot. We went back to 2018. Sorry. I was like, huh? Dina would be a lot older.
You reckon a yeast infection?
Not today, but give me time.
Probably not a bad thing to keep, though. In this day and age, any kind of medicine would be absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I'm done.
You sure?
There's nothing else back here. Hey, I'm gonna pee. Give me a minute.
Mm-hmm. And see cattle. Oh, day. Oh no, we're numbering the days. Don't know. Don't know if I like that.
All right, hit it. People to kill.
So casual. Yep, that's a fake smile.
What's up with all the rainbows? I don't know.
Aw.
Maybe they're all optimists.
That's one way to put it. Very interesting that Ellie, of all people, doesn't know what that represents now.
All these bodies are in Frederick gear. Almost looks like they were fighting each other. Huh. Good eye. Wonder what that was about.
Unless people just took the uniform. Oh. Right? This is why we don't just go and investigate things, Ellie.
You gotta be shitting me. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Whoa, whoa.
You sure about that?
We should do some reconnaissance. Just a bit, please.
If you paint a sign big enough to be seen from miles away, that means you want people to know that you're there. Which also means more likely than not, you're prepared.
Thank you for Dina. Do you want to walk up and get shot before you...
So they'll see us coming.
Thank you. Brains clicking
On
in.
horseback in broad daylight, so just a little.
Yeah, asking to get shot.
All right, let's look for a door we can fit Trimmer through. Already found that.
Seriously, without Dina, you would be so dead by now. It's not even funny. But bless her, she's so impulsive. She needs a Dina. She needs someone who's tempered and level-headed. Now that's a good album. Some culture. Maybe let's not make noise, please. I know we got lucky with the tank, but okay. Frontal lobes wide open. More guitars. Oh, one's in the case, maybe not completely destroyed. Yeah. Oh, wow, she's brand new. That case, you need to figure out what brand that is, because if it can survive an apocalypse, that's the one to get. It's a great song. Very good song. One of my favorites from the 80s. She's like, I was enjoying the concert. Keep going. This sounds like it might actually be, what's her name singing, which good for her. Aha is so happy that their song survived the apocalypse. Oh, she's tearing up. She's tearing up, Ellie. You figured out the key to her heart. Claps and snaps. You did that, sis. Not easy to sing on camera when that's not your profession. That was a sweet little moment. Ah, right from the game. Ugh. Who still has a gas stove that works? This guy's in everything, first of all. But first thing I thought was what's it called?
I was kind of shy.
Who are you torturing?
I didn't know how to talk to women. It made me nervous. So
He's torturing someone. Westworld, that's the word I've been thinking of. Sorry. He was in Westworld the last thing I saw him in.
30 years to retirement and pension, but one day I will own a Mauviel saucepan with lid. And that was right.
Okay, so we're gonna just pan to somebody absolutely jacked up, aren't we?
Which of the two makes copper the inferior choice for interrogations?
There we go.
If you own Mauviel, you use Mauviel.
Why is this man butt-ass naked?
She watches over me.
Then she
What's the cults? Okay.
The steel handles stay cool. Little touches.
Oh, okay. Effectively protected his pee-pee. That's smart.
Where are the scars attacking next?
Are they attacking? With hammers?
Hold out your hand.
Reminiscent of when you were a kid, you know, you're about to get a spanking and your mom was like, hold out your hand, and you didn't want to do it. Okay. That's what y'all are about, huh? Oh,
so fucked.
you know.
Isaac knows what he's doing.
Does he? Sounds like torture. People who can do torture, they're a special kind of person.
She watches over me. She fills my soul. She watches over me.
You know that people who mutilate themselves for religion very rarely respond to pain well, like, I mean, giving you the answers you want.
She tell you to kill children?
You kill our children.
Never by choice. You train them to shoot at us.
Because your wolves kill them.
Because you train them to shoot at us.
Because you broke the truth.
See the cyclical violence?
We're not playing your little chicken and egg games today, Scar.
Why not, though? It matters.
You're gonna lose.
Are we?
Probably.
You lunatics have bolt-action rifles, bows and arrows, and superstition.
And yet he survived all this torture already.
Tell me, how are we going to lose?
You have no faith.
Every day a wolf leaves you
He's not lying.
to take the holy mortification to become a seraphite.
What's that? Probably the scarring?
Ever leave
That's a good point.
to become a wolf.
That's a good point. The math is not mathin'. He's not dumb, huh?
I will burn every part
Yep,
of you.
see, anger. He's like, my hand's already out. Go ahead, burn me to death, because you know I'm right. Oh, you figured out it's not working. You did exactly what you needed to do, what he needed you to do. You're not very good at this. I could have told you that.
Scar got what he deserved.
Oh, did he? You'll get yours,
Fucking animal.
says the person who was torturing. But yeah, no, with someone who self-mutilates for the sake of belief, pain is not the way to get through to them.
So somebody hopped onto the shed, climbed the downspout, broke the window, and got cut on the way in?
Or got thrown out.
And if we run into wolves that weren't in Jackson?
Ready to open that door, Ellie? Careful, careful, careful. That glass makes me so nervous. One little slice in the wrong place and you're done. Are those arrows?
What the fuck is this?
That'd be arrows. So probably the scars then. Primitive weapons. So if that's a soldier and he was, I mean, that's fresh. So that just happened. I was about to say, how did no one look for him? But this must be very recent. Are these all WLF? Are you sure you want to mess with these people, Ellie?
Dina,
Yeah, again.
these aren't any of them either.
You sure? Well, I got people you're looking for, yeah. But this should let you know that if this is not WLF, there's another group you're dealing with that is pretty savage. Look at you following this trail like you can do anything, girl. You don't even have a weapon out.
That group we saw in the woods, they did this.
Yep.
What the fuck is wrong with
Right, facts. Y'all are messed up out here. Maybe time to go.
Has she called for backup? Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Shit, get down. Get
Yeah.
down.
Needed to. The second I see hanging bodies, I would have been gone.
Look at this. Fuck, we do that. Scar's got all of them.
What? Who would do that?
It's the rest of them.
They're gonna search this whole place. You know that, right?
The rest of you fan out. And go slow.
Told you.
Look, I don't care if it's a fucking baby. Look what they did. Now fan the fuck out.
See how no one gets any better? I don't care if it's a baby. That's the response. Dina, I'm gonna need you to not puke again. Please. Ellie, girl, Ellie, please. You cannot fire a gun in here. There's gotta be someplace for you to go. I don't even know. Can you get inside the Coke machine? Too much? See, in the game, this is where you come up behind and you sneak and you choke him out. But if he doesn't come back, they're gonna come looking, so. There you go. Choke him out. Choke him out. Choke him out, Ellie. Come on. Choke him out. Choke him out. Come on, girl. You did all them push-ups in the hospital. Come on, girl. Keep hold. That's right. Hold him. Hold him. Sleep. Damn. Well, this got real messy. Just like the game. Move! Move, 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 move! Please tell me you didn't hurt your leg. What a freaking mess. These girls have got to learn, mostly Ellie. As soon as you see bodies, that should have been your cue to turn the hell around. Can you get in? Can you crawl? I think you need to crawl. Crawl in. Crawl in and shut the door.
Is this place gonna fall down on us?
Probably.
I'd rather not find out. Let's go. That way.
You heard? South entrance. You better pray there's some scars down here to distract them. Yep, that darkness is not going to work for long. Oh, you just brought a horde. I'm pretty sure I just saw spores. Not spores, tendrils. Uh-oh. Yep. Just stay quiet. Stay quiet. This is exactly the distraction you need. Yep, that's a clicker. Yep, she hears one.
I thought it was supposed to be empty.
That's a clicker. Good luck. Better hope it's not a bloater. 2. 3. Oh, okay. Y'all really need to stay low. 4. Okay, I'm clinched. Oh my God, that's a lot of them. Get to the stairs. Get to the stairs. Or back out the way you came. Let's hope all of them are actually dead. Okay, they're dead. Shh. It's okay. They're dead. I don't like the tight spaces. I don't like it. Oh, that was too close. Yeah, no. Okay, it's shooting. I guess you have to. With the 3-shot. This is the worst trade ever. Why do I have a sneaking suspicion Ellie's gonna get bit? Ellie, get up. Let's go. Come on, Dina. Come on, Dina. I know you don't have upper body strength, but you're gonna have to pretend. I have to jump so loud. Climb like your life depended on it. Come on, both of you, up and over, up and over, up and over. Come on, Dina. I hate turnstiles. I hate turnstiles with my whole soul. Come on. Come on. Come on, both of you, together. Together. I knew it was gonna happen. I was waiting for it. Come on, there we go. Jeez Louise, use your legs. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Yes, she was bit. We'll deal with that later. Let's go. I mean, you need to just get away from there. At this point, you need someplace that, yes, she was bit. Let's go. But she's probably wondering why Ellie's not more upset. Oh, maybe Dina's thinking of just ending it now. Oh, this place is majestically gross. Shut the door.
I'll bar the door.
Let's talk about the bite first. At least, Dina's like, you should be freaking out right now. You should be asking me to shoot you. I love that Ellie doesn't even think to tell her because she doesn't think about this.
That'll buy us some time.
Yep. Explain.
I would die for you. I would. But that is not what just happened.
I'm immune.
I'm immune. I can't get infected. Dina, do not fucking shoot me!
She's like, I'm dead ass. I'm not immune from bullets.
I'm still here.
I'm not immune from bullets.
And you're gonna keep that gun pointed on me. If I turn, shoot me, but I promise.
She won't.
A lot of times I wish this wasn't true. I'm gonna wake up exactly as I am right now.
Oh, Ellie, don't say that. You're fine.
Me.
You should always want to be you. I can't blame her. That's a hard pill to swallow. But Ellie's like, I'm gonna have the best sleep ever. Since you're keeping watch. Careful, it's just water.
It's just water. Rain fell on my face, that's all.
Not twitching.
No shaking.
This shot with us not being able to see Dina's face is great. See, no snapping, crackling, or popping. I do always wonder though, if Ellie bit somebody, if they would get infected. Yeah, see, it's still just an ugly ass bite. She's like, I need another light just to make sure I'm not hallucinating.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah. It's not yours. What? Right? She's like, that's your response to this? Okay, all right, that's a response. I mean, not my kind of foreplay, but hey, it works for some people. Y'all are careless as hell. Careless as hell. One of y'all should have been sweeping perimeters. Something. Morning breath, anyone?
Wait, no. Oh, morning breath.
Thank you. She's been throwing up like every 2 days. Jerky breath? Oh, morning breath? All right. Apocalypse tings, I guess.
Is this where you were bitten before?
Sure was.
I really wanted to wear short sleeves again.
You gonna talk about this pregnancy or? Guess not. Not really Ellie's problem directly.
I knew how you felt about me. How? I was hiding it really well. No, you kind of fucking weren't.
Terrible at it.
I try to make things work with Jesse because I like him. I do. I think he's a really good guy. But
He's not your guy. Poor Jesse. Just in the sense of, the fact that he probably does really like her and thought there was something going on with him.
how do you know for sure that you're
Oh, she took a test.
at the pharmacy and I peed on it? Peed on it? That's how it works. I don't just randomly piss on stuff. Okay, that's good.
I'm not a dog. I don't just pee on things.
How do you know? And here.
And one more?
Here's a couple more.
Damn, girl. You've been collecting them. Pokemon. Yeah, she pregnant, girl. She pregnant.
I mean, we and also, I guess, Jesse are.
I get 50% of the DNA.
I'm gonna be a dad. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the fact that we're still in enemy territory. Can we wake up? Y'all sitting here having a honeymoon.
You just didn't know her. Yeah. She's gonna know where Abby is, yeah.
10 steps ahead of you, girl. Seattle is not a safe place, y'all. You might have to get in line for that revenge, girl.
See that white building out there? That's it. That's Lake Hill.
You want to go over there? Is that a smart move right now with a pregnant girl?
You don't have to go. You can stay
She's
here.
not letting you go. You will be dead in 2 minutes.
It's different now. Yes, it is. Will you please just think about it?
You can't go on your own, Ellie. You're too rash.
Together.
Seriously, Ellie, respectfully, if Dina hadn't been here, you would have been gone. I counted at least 5 times. Well, that is where we are at, guys. We are finally in Seattle, and the girls are finally starting to get a picture of how messed up Seattle is and just how nice they had it in Jacksonville. Oh, goodness. Yeah, a lot of just focusing on the girls on this one. Now they understand that there's definitely a situation happening with the wolves and with the scars, which is the term for these guys. And we see now that, remember on the road, they just made the assumption when they saw the bodies that, okay, WLF did this, they're monsters, they're animals, why would they do that? But now they've come and seen that the scars do some pretty equally twisted stuff to the wolves as well. And because of that interrogation scene, which was definitely for our benefit as an audience to understand a little of the history between the WLF and the scars, like how did we get here? And, I think that was actually a really smart way to get a lot of exposition in a short amount of time. That actor, as I mentioned, I cannot think of his name, but yes, I remember from Westworld. He was in the Hunger Games movies. Like, he's been in everything. But anyway, him torturing this man, trying to get him to figure out where they're striking next, which it looks like, I guess, the scars are making active. They're doing active attacks on the WLF, which again, we saw a flashback of 11 years prior when it was the WLF that was rising as the rebellious faction against Fedra. We saw that one soldier who decided to basically lure the unit to a certain place and take out a bunch of them. I mean, from what I saw in there, we weren't losing much. But the point is, we see that that's what happened. And now, for whatever reason, there's now another sect of a faction that is rising up against the WLF, which is the Scars. And so we still don't have a lot of lore on the Scars and why they, first of all, cut themselves, because self-mutilation it's pretty extreme. Most people have a natural aversion to hurting themselves. And the fact that these guys are doing it as part of their belief it's a choice to say the least, but it also lets you know that these people are very devout. Like that's a cult. Absolutely. The Scars are a cult and they are super devout. And I really like how the guy who is being tortured put it where he said, he's like, how do I know you guys are going to lose? And he's like, the reason why, he's like, a lot of you, day by day, we have wolves that are seeing the light or, coming to the same belief and coming to our side. None of us leave to become a wolf. And I would venture to say that none of them leave, right? Most cults, there's only one way out, if you know what I'm saying. So very, and I said that, it's faith, right? Even when faith is twisted and becomes obsessive and is misplaced, it is still strong. There's a reason why religion does what it does, right? It knows that if you can get people to believe in something very, very passionately, it is virtually impossible to shake that faith, right? And so that's what's going on here with from what we see of the scars is whatever they believe, it is deeply entrenched and they believe it wholeheartedly. So anyway, seeing that this is kind of, and then again, I thought it was really good that they talked about what the guy called, the torturer called the chicken and egg conversation, right? When it's like, well, why would you guys hurt babies? Like, well, because you hurt our babies. Well, because your baby shoot at us. Well, because you shot at our babies first, and the guy's like, oh, I don't want to get into it. It's like, but it is important, right? Because in one sense, it doesn't matter in the sense of either way, some messed up stuff is happening. Either way, we're killing kids. Like, this is not okay. However, it is important to understand how we got to that point, right? The way that some of them are acting like the Scars kids just woke up one morning and started being violent towards adults, which clearly that probably wasn't the case. There was precipitating events that led to that. And so when I hear things like this, it's pretty much the history of any place that's had a long-term ongoing conflict, right? We've got a lot of places in the world where certain factions have been warring with each other for centuries at this point. And if you go down and start asking, both sides are going to tell you a history of what the other one did to lead to this cyclical battle, the cyclical fighting and violence between them. But the bottom line is, like that one guy who is at the last episode, who was at the town meeting, who said that we shouldn't take revenge because the only way it stops is when someone says, okay, we're not going to get revenge. That's the reality of any conflict. Right? If this wolf and scar thing's going to end, it sadly means somebody's going to have to at some point say enough and stop going for retaliation. But who's that person going to be and what's it going to cost them? Right? Because peace is usually not, the price of peace is often paid in blood, unfortunately. Right? And not in the sense of like war is necessary, but sadly, typically for peace to happen, somebody's got to, like I say stop. And it usually results in people dying on that side. The side that decides to give up often lose a lot of people or suffer a lot of pain for that, because the other side may not necessarily agree or still feel like this is a golden opportunity. But anyways, the point is, when you stop giving energy to a battle, the battle will eventually peter out. But anyway, Ellie and Dina figured this out, the very, very hard way, that there is some very messed up stuff happening in Seattle and that they are really wholly unprepared for how bad it is. And, while it's a bit of a golden opportunity in one way, because the scars having, like, the fact that the WLF has to deal with the scars as well, it does provide them with a good opportunity, because it is just the two of them. Let's be real. Like, we saw what happened. That room, when they went to the room, the torture room there with all the WLF people, and the team came in that she called in for backup, like, that team alone would have taken those two out, right? Let's be real. So Ellie and Dina need to be very, 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 very careful, because if they are not, it's it's a very volatile situation for them. They're outmanned for sure, and these are trained people. This is not just any old person with a gun. These are people who've been trained militarily. So, and we heard from that torturer too that they've got guns, automatic weapons, they've got explosives. Like, it's no small game here. So the fact that they're dealing with a bigger issue right now with the scars is, like I said, if Ellie and Dina plan this right, it can be a useful distraction for them to get where they need to go and be able to actually cover their tracks. But, will they do that? Ellie, not necessarily the type, but Dina might be smart enough to figure it out that this could be a golden opportunity here. But anyways, a lot of action in this episode, between escaping the WLF to the horde in the train station, which was terrifying. And then, of course, that situation, the cat is out of the bag. Ellie saved Dina by letting herself get bit over Dina. It was the right move because she knew the bite wasn't going to kill her. But obviously Dina didn't understand. And of course, thought that was played really well. Of course, Ellie's not thinking about it because she's just like, she's in panic mode trying to get them safe. And she's so used to being immune that she doesn't think twice about it. But of course, Dina is like, girl, huh? Like usually when this happens to other people who are sensible, once we're clear, they'd be like, okay, take me out before I turn. And Ellie's just acting like it's any other Tuesday. But yeah, the cat is out of the bag now. Dina knows her secret. I mean, I think Ellie was going to tell her at some point anyways, once they got close, but still, at least it came out and Dina knows now. It's not going to be some kind of a, you're just pulling my leg situation. But yeah, we see that's now there out there, which I think is good because Ellie hated keeping it a secret. I know she's not happy about having to keep quiet about it, but I think she understands more of why she needs to. But anyway, that secret coming out precipitated Dina admitting she was pregnant. As a game player / watching of the scenes, I already knew that she was pregnant. So, I kind of gave a look to the camera last episode because I was like, and she threw up. I'm like, I know what that means. But anyways, for those who didn't know, that cat's out of the bag now. She's pregnant. It's Jesse's. And, I love how they show that after she had, clearly took the test at the pharmacy, that she started acting differently, not just because she was looking distracted, but you can see that she was being more cautious. She was naturally not being as reckless as Ellie was. Like, I mean, she was always a little bit more cautious than Ellie, to be fair. Like we've seen since episode 1 that she listens and she makes sure she assesses before she acts, but she's even more slow to act now because now, it's automatic for most women, right? Once they find out they're pregnant, they automatically go into protective mode of their child. So now Dina realizes it's not just her that she's protecting, not herself. She's actually protecting this baby who absolutely needs her protection. And obviously if she gets bit, it's over for the baby too. So anyway, she tells Ellie, and she also very assertively lets her feelings be known. But yeah, I mean, Ellie is just, bless her heart, very obtuse because I think Dina's been making it very clear that she's interested in Ellie for a while now. But anyways, now that's very clear because Ellie kind of she needs it to be spelled out, bless her heart. And I don't blame her. Honestly, it should be, someone has interest, they should be very clear about it so there's no misunderstandings. But anyway, yeah, they are now at that level of their relationship. And we find out that that Dina's felt that way for a while. So yeah, for Ellie, that's obviously good news because it's been mutual. And of course, with this new family dynamic, they just need to tell Jesse now because the way they're kind of like, anyways, Jesse, I'm like, come on now. While it is definitely Dina's body, that is Jesse's child. And in a world like this, I think it's important for everyone, especially because Jesse is a good guy, right? Jesse is a kind, caring, protective person who seems to really be generally a good person. There's no reason not to have him involved in the child's life if he would like to be. So anyway, whenever they get back, should they get back, then that's the time to tell Jesse about it. But anyway, while they're in their post-coital bliss, I guess you could say, they finally get aware of the fact that there's stuff going on right now. And now they know they got the name of someone else, Nora, right? We know Manny's there. Of course, they don't know that yet, but they hear the name Nora, who is somebody else. And again, they don't know who Nora is at this point, if it's the bald girl or if it's the other girl, but they know it's someone else in Abby's posse. So as usual, as soon as Ellie hears that, she goes, headlong, ready to run into danger. And thankfully, Dina's like, girl, calm down. We don't even know where we are and able to get where we need to go. And their explosions are going off. Maybe we don't go running towards the explosions right now. Remember, neither side has any reason not to hurt us, right? The scars are going to assume that they're WLF, right? And WLF is going to assume that they're scars, or if they don't, they're not going to care. Right? So not smart to go in headlong. And I like that Dina's like, let's figure out where we're going first and foremost. And then once they figured out where they were going, we see Ellie very practically suggest that Dina stays behind because now, again, her situation has changed. She is now not just worried about herself here. There is an innocent life that is involved. And Dina says, absolutely not. Like, we came together, we finish it together. But as I said, like, on the one hand, I get it. Both have valid points. I too think that Dina should not be going headlong into danger pregnant. However, at this point, if there's ever a time for her to do it, it's now, right? She's clearly very early in her pregnancy. So she's got a lot more ability, agility and ability to do what she needs to do without having to worry about a big belly being in the way. But the other reason is because, honestly, like I said, we love Ellie, but she's very impulsive. She does not think before she acts, and that will absolutely get her taken out in this situation. There's too many variables in place, and she's just, like I said, Ellie burns hot. She goes quick. She needs someone to temper her down, and Dina is someone she actually listens to. So yeah, in this case, as much as it would be better for Dina to stay behind, Ellie will be gone in record time if she doesn't go with her. So that's where we ended it. They decided they're going to stay together, which again, I still think is smart too, because Dina's not going to go all the way back by herself either. So staying in this enemy territory alone is probably not safe for her. So yeah, they stay together, and hopefully with Dina's guidance, they can come up with a semblance of a plan, as I said, to use this distraction of this war going on between these two factions for them to be able to find Nora and get her to a place where they can get the information they need. So yeah, another good episode, definitely, but it's interesting. There was quite a bit of action, but it also felt a bit slow at the same time. But I like that they did a good mix of giving us some good exposition as well as, you know, a good amount of action, because that stuff in the train station was definitely crazy. So yeah, like running through the cars, like that was all done really, really well. So I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.